everyone, and welcome to my update for my Beauty A to Z project pan. This is about the 10th time I've tried to record this tonight, plus the time that I tried to record it earlier in the week. For some reason, my phone keeps telling me that there's not enough space, even though I've deleted a whole heap more stuff, and every time I try to record it, it goes a bit shorter. I delete a whole heap more stuff and it just keeps getting shorter, so I've given up and I'm using my tablet. I don't think the picture's quite as good, but it is what it is because I want to get through this tonight. Alright, so this is a Fantastic Ladies collab. You pick a product for each letter of the alphabet, so 26 letters, 26 items. Generally we don't do this one as a rolling one. Once something's done, it just moves out and you continue on with the other items. So this is probably the second update I've done for this project. You can watch the other videos from the other months, and I hope you do. I'd love it if you did actually, and if you'd love to like to subscribe, that would be really great too. Because I'm really trying to make an effort to keep up with these updates this year. And so far it's going fairly well. Alright, for A, I've got, it's just behind here, there we go. This Smooth Mineral Eyeshadow Pencil from Avon in the colour Amethyst. This guy is measuring at 4.4 centimetres from the tip to the point there, or 6.7 altogether. I actually finished up one in the colour Pebble, I think it was early this year. I didn't think I quite got it done by the end of last year. But the product seems to stop right about here, which is making me hopeful that I might actually get close to getting this one done this year. I do have a habit of forgetting to use it, even when I am wearing purple eyeshadow, which is a bit annoying. I sort of finish doing my eye look and then remember that I've got this that I forgot to use. Realistically, if I can get it down to that coloured bit there, as in the lid going down to there, I'd be happy, but I'm going to try and get it as close to being done as I can. Alright, for B, I've got this blushette from MAC in the colour Barbara Ann. This guy is also measuring the same as it did last time, so it's about 0.5 centimetre from that base to the top of the product. However, since the last time, I've pretty much worked down the sides, so there's no straight sides on this one anymore. It's pretty much all been worked down. You can sort of see the plastic ridge on that one, and the little bit of product peeking up from there is really only about that much there. So yeah, I'm looking good to having this one done by next update. That is basically making it level with that plastic. I'll probably scrape it out and continue to use what's in there, which is probably quite a bit. When you consider the ledge, like the ridge there, plus it probably goes down a little bit further as well. But yeah, I will try to use as much of it up as I can, but I think as far as this project and levelling it off, I should hopefully have that done by next update, which would be awesome because this is so old. And it's starting to get a bit of a funny smell, so really looking forward to having that one gone. Excuse me. Alright, for C, I've got the Be Cool Body Spray from Avon. This guy was about there last update, it's now down under here. It is probably a bit lower. I think I'm holding that reasonably straight because that's about where it really sits. I marked this when I went to film this update earlier in the week, and I have used it a few times since. So this one was weighing at 66 grams. Previous update was 73. So yeah, steadily keeping on with this. It may end up getting put aside when it starts getting a bit cooler, perhaps. But yeah, I think I'm looking good to actually having this done by the end of the year, which will be nice to have this done and out the way, so I can work on something else. Alright, D. We've got this dark raisin lip liner from Australis. This guy is measuring at 10.7 centimetres all up, or 7.7 from there to there. Be interesting to see how far this one goes down. I'm not anticipating that it'll be much further past there, and even if it is, whether or not I'll be able to sharpen it past that remains to be seen. My goal is to get this to 6.4 and 3.5. I had another lip liner in this project which is now finished, which means this one's seeing a little bit more use. It also looks like it could do with a sharpen pretty shortly, so hopefully the next update there'll be a bit of movement on this one, because there wasn't since the last update, even though I have used it a few times. E was done. I think I updated this one last time, because I've got it done as being done early February. But for E, I had the Elizabeth Arden 8-hour lip protectant, and my goal was to hit pan, which you can see I did. I don't remember. I thought I had put that in my last update, but then I've just written it down as early Feb, so I'm not too sure now. Anyway, moving on. F is this Fix Plus Magic Radiance from MAC. Okay, this one's currently 78 grams. Last update it was 84 grams. You can see the lines there. Again, I made that line a few days ago and I have used it a few times since, so it's probably a little bit lower than that now. Anyway, but yeah, I'm looking good for having this one done by the end of the year. I reckon I was at the top there at the end of October. So yeah, I'm looking good to having this done by the end of the year, because that's not 6 months, and there's probably about that much again. So yeah, tracking well on this. Yeah, just looking good. Keep on keeping on. Sorry, I'm just gonna have another sip. Alright. For H, I've got the Footworks Healthy Foot Cream. This is an old Avon one. It's apparently a sole support cushion cream. I think it used to sort of work. Now probably not so much. I was there at last update. When I measured it earlier in the week, I was there. I have used it a few more times, and from memory, when I marked it, it seemed a little bit higher than it was actually. It actually almost looks like it's down further, closer to here now. Yeah, so I've got another foot cream I'm trying to use up, and then I'll put some more work in on this one. I can't see why I shouldn't have it done by the end of the year if I start to concentrate on it a bit more. I mean, we're probably somewhere. It's less than a half, maybe about a third, might be a little bit more left. So we'll see how we go. I don't hate this one. It's fine. It's got it's not necessarily a bad smell, but it's a bit of a strange smell. And I think it used to help with cushioning, but maybe not. Maybe it did, maybe it doesn't anymore. It'll just be nice to have this one gone. Because I'm not quite sure how old this is, but it has to be a number of years old. It'll just be nice to get it done and out of my collection and move on to something nicer. Okay, for eye, I've got this illuminator from NYX in the colour Narcissistic. My goal on this one is to hit pan. It's hard to really see too much progress on the scales I'm using at the moment. But when I weighed it, it was weighing in at 46. Where previously it was 47, but it's a bit hard to tell with these powder products. Because sometimes they go up and sometimes they go down if you're using scales that aren't that great. It's a nice dip happening there. You can definitely see it's been used, not so much getting the dip. Yeah, I think when I do hit pan, it'll be reasonably significant reasonably quickly. Then it'll probably stagnate again, just from the brush I'm using, and yeah, the usage that I can see there. It's a fairly biggish area in the middle there that's getting worn down. Yeah, I can't see why I wouldn't have pan on this by the end of the year, which will be nice. And then I'll be able to play around a bit more with a few other ones, and maybe even repress this into something a bit smaller at some stage would be good too. Okay, for J, I've got this Just Unforgettable Sheer Passion body spray. Another old Avon one. As you can see, I've got a heap of Avon stuff. I'm really working hard to try and move out of my collection. This is all from back when my mum was an Avon rep. They did have some good products, some not so good products. But yeah, just would like to get some of these done. I didn't bother to weigh this one since I rolled it in. I've used it a couple of times. I think I ended up using this one tonight. But I'm focusing more on the other one at the moment. There's not a whole lot left there, even if it is at the wider part of the bottle. Yeah, again, it would be really good if I could get that done by the end of the year. But at the same time, I'm not the kind of person who would spray things just for the sake of spraying things and wasting them. Alright, for K, I've got this Dew Kiss Lip Balm, another Avon one. This is in Sheer Blush. I had a purple one in Plum Tart last year that I really quite liked, and I ended up losing, which I was really disappointed about. This guy I didn't weigh and didn't remark, but I have used it a couple of times. Actually had it on earlier today when I was first trying to get this video filmed. There's not a whole lot of product in there. It's not very big or very wide. So it's the sort of thing that I think when I do use it, on the occasions I do, it'll move fairly quickly. It's one that I'm probably saving a little bit for when we might actually get out of having to wear masks all day at work. So, yeah, not too much to report on that guy just at the moment, though it does now look like it's been a bit used. But I'll give it a few more months, and then we'll see how we go as to whether or not I need to start making a dedicated effort on that one. Alright, L is this Love Secret hand cream. I thought that I can't remember if I finished this before the last update or not. Again, I thought I had, but I hadn't written it down, so I'm not sure. It may have been, I think maybe I was just really, really close. Like, I figured it would be, there was sort of one use left last time, but just for completeness sake, completely gone. Keep packaging. Yeah, wasn't my favourite scent. Probably not the best hand cream I've ever used, but it was okay. And it's now gone, which is nice because I think this one said something about using by 2019. At which point I think it was about 2 years old, so it's probably about 4 years old now. So nice to have that one done and out my way. Yeah, I think was that a 50 or a 30 mil? That was a 50 gram. So yeah, doesn't usually take me all that long to go through hand creams. 50 probably took me 4 months or so, something like that. So yeah, that one's done and out. Alright, M is this MAC lip gloss in Soft and Slow. It says from the Psy Fidelity collection, I reckon in about 2010, which is how old this guy is. These are a bit hard to show too much progress on, especially this one. It seems to have a habit of collecting up the top, and it hasn't settled particularly well. It looks like I'm sort of in the middle of that S there, the second one down. I know from previous experience, once you get to the point where the doe foot is, it tends to go a little bit quicker. Yeah, slowly plugging away at this one, using it most days, mainly at night around the house. Yeah, see how we go. Can't see why I wouldn't get it used up if I focused on it. Alright, N is this New Money lip liner from MAC, cream stick liner. As you can see, it's completely gone. I've sort of put a toothpick in there and moved it around to try and get a little bit more out of it. Yeah, so that one is completely done now, and I'm glad to have it done so I can back to MAC it. It was a gold colour. I don't know why I had bought a gold lip liner. It really didn't do a lot for me colour wise. I think they brought it out in a collection that had a gold lip gloss with it. I tended to use it with a lipstick that had sort of speckles of gold in it. Wasn't really glitters, but more of a micro shimmer or something. So the lipstick was fairly dark itself. It had the sort of gold in it, so I was pairing that mainly with this. But I don't think it's something I'm going to miss, and I can't see me buying another gold lip liner in the near future. I probably thought it was an eyeliner when I bought it actually. But yeah, it's gone now, and I'm glad it is. Alright, for O, I had this Afterglow lip balm sample in the colour Orgasm. As you can see, haven't even started using that one. Was probably again keeping this for the time that when it comes where I'm not going to be wearing a mask all the time. It's something to put on during the day because it's a pretty colour and I quite like it. But no usages yet. Alright, For P, I've got this Pied de Pepper foot cream. It's an old Lush one. They discontinued years ago. I thought this was my last one, but it looks like I've got one more, which is a bit of a shame because as much as I love this, they're old and they're all separating. It's going to be hard to get a picture on it, but there's only the tiniest little bit left. I actually used it earlier today, and when I did, I sort of realised that that's probably going to have one more use in there, and that's going to be the end of that. Yeah, you can't see anything at all in there. I didn't weigh it tonight after I used it, but when I weighed it back earlier in the week, it was 24 grams including the black pot. Can't remember how much the black pots weigh. I think they're about 21. There's probably one use in it and then it will be gone. So yeah, should be done by the next update, which will be nice to have that one done. Then I can focus on this guy and what appears to be my very last one of those, which is all separated, and as much as I love the smell, I can see why they discontinued it, because it's really not a pretty colour, and now that it's separated it's really not pretty. It actually looks pretty darn awful. So yeah, even though I love the scent, I can see why Lush discontinued it. I really can, unfortunately. Alright, for Q, got this dramatically different moisturising gel. Currently about 9 grams. The last time I weighed it a couple of days ago. Probably I used it today, maybe another time since. It doesn't seem to be moving in a hurry, though it's a bit hard to tell because it is kind of stuck up on the sides. But yeah, hoping to have this one done in the next month or two before it gets too cool. At which point I'll probably switch to one of the lotions because the gel's for oilier skin. So I've sort of been using it in summer and I tend to be a little bit oilier, warmer, sweatier, but I probably really want to use the lotion during the winter. So this one may end up getting put aside for a little bit after the next couple of months. So it'll be nice to see if I can get it done before that time. For R, I've got this Nina by Nina Ricci perfume. It's 214 grams. When I weighed it in February it was 218. So sort of slow, consistent sort of use on this one. Probably getting to about the widest part of the bottle. So it'll be good to see if reasonably shortly it'll really start moving. Originally I had another little piece of tape that was sitting up here. It was at the top of. We're now down into this one. The other one's fallen off, but it was sitting up above. So there's definitely been some movement in this one. 4 grams in the last month isn't too bad. Probably not going to get it done by the end of the year, but we'll keep pressing on and see how far we get. For S, I've got this Paint and Polish lip colour, I guess you'd say, which has got very grotty. From MAC it came in a set one Christmas. It's in the colour Sultana. S for Sultana. There wasn't an awful lot to start with in here, and that's where we're up to now. Yeah, if I devote some time to this, it shouldn't take too long to get through, bearing in mind that plastic does come up a fair way. So there's about that much left really to get through. This guy started off sort of domed up to probably about there. So I've probably used up a good half of it now. It's currently weighing 11 grams, which is about the same as what it weighed last time. I think it's still measuring the same. But yeah, I have used it a few times. I don't use it an awful lot, but I can see that it is moving. I think at the beginning of the year when I put it in, it was flush or just about flush with that packaging. So yeah, there's been a couple of millimetres come off of that one so far this year. So not too worried about that one, and I'll probably get some more use out of it over winter. For tea, I've got this True Solutions All Day Moisture Tinted Cream, which all the writing has worn off on. Got it down to about 14 grams, was 15 last time, 18 the time before that. This one has kind of taken a little bit of a backseat at the moment while I've been trying to work through a higher coverage one, because I tend to prefer things that are a bit more moisturising in winter, even though I think I probably prefer a lighter coverage in summer, but that's fine. It was sitting sort of about here, but I think it's actually down under that. This one, it's a weird bit of a shaped container, and it's quite a thick plastic, and I can see that it's all stuck to the side, though certainly not as much stuck to the side as there was previously, which makes me think that it's definitely getting close to being done. Each time I use it, I have to bang it to try and get more product out. So depending on how much longer my other one lasts and how much I use that one over this one and vice versa, I can't see why I couldn't have it done by the next update. It's just going to depend on which one I reach for more, whether it ends up being this one or the other one. But should definitely have both of them done probably by the middle of the year, and then I can move on, which takes me nicely into you, which is the Ultraceutical CC Cream Mineral Tint sample I've got, which is only 4 grams, which I haven't started using because I want to use that one up first. For V, I've got a sachet of a very useful face cream. It's the sachet sample. I haven't used either. Probably again saving that one more for winter. For W, I've got the sleeping mask sample from Glow Recipe. Did I say watermelon? Watermelon sleeping mask. It doesn't look like I weighed it this time. But in February it was 19 grams. I'm not sure if I've used it since then, but I have used it a couple of times. I think I've used it twice, maybe 3 times. So there's probably another 6 or so uses in there, which I'm sure if it gets towards the end of the year and I haven't used it much, I can probably squeeze those in, so not too worried about that one. X was done in January. Y is this matte bronzer from NYX in Light. It does tend to be the bronzer I use if I'm going to use a bronzer. Slowly but surely working that ring out from that pan in the middle. Goal is to work it out. I think there might be another ring, just looking at the way it's worn. If there's not, I'm going to try and move it out a centre from that ring in there. Yeah, not too much more to say on that one. It's hard to measure weight, it's hard to measure anything on a bronzer. This one is reasonably firmly packed, even though it's in the same packaging as the highlighter. They are quite different consistencies. That being said, it's getting quite thin over here. So hopefully I will know soon whether there's another ring there or whether I just keep working it out. Yeah, packaging broke ages ago, which is a shame and means I've now got these, what do you call them? Gouge marks on the bronzer, which is a bit of a shame. I don't wear it every day, but when I wear bronzer it tends to be this one. It'd be nice if I can at least get a nice little shiny patch all the way around by the next update. You can tell I've been eating potato chips though my voice is going. Alright, last one. Z. Says the MAC Dazzle Glass in the colour Moth to Flame. Doesn't look like I weighed it, not that I'd expect there to be any movement. Didn't measure it either. There's probably not too much movement happening on that front either. I think my goal is going to be to get to the top of the writing there. When I do use this, it does tend to move reasonably quickly because as big as it looks, the actual vessel, I guess, where the product is fairly thin. The wall is fairly thick from what I believe. So yeah, we'll keep on keeping on with this guy and see how far we get. Okay guys, well that was half an hour, so if you stuck around, thank you for watching. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next update in around about a month's time. I guess February to March is probably always going to be a bit of a dull one, just because there's only 28 days in February, so the updates tend to be a little bit closer together. So yeah, hopefully I will be back in early April with an update that has a lot of really good measurable progress, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.